It gets exciting to me because I know that like what we do here, the impact that we have on parents, it's like ultimately the thing that's gonna change the experience that children have.
And I hope they find the love they're looking for and purpose they've been running from. My hope, my hope, my hope.
I was leaving another nonprofit and it was going on to new home. And I really just felt like a part of that was me saying like, I really do wanna be like deeper in the adoption space. Sometimes I used to just sit at a cafe for like literally like 5 to 7 hours and just email adoption agencies. And I probably got like 2 responses sometimes. But like that was just it, you know what I mean? I really believed that like we could do something impactful for families. I used to just spend hours like on every transracial adoptee page and be like, okay, I'm doing the transracial adoption consulting and speaking. I wanna see what everybody's doing and I wanna see which audience is hit on, what they're doing that I think doesn't work and what I can do that will be different. And like, there was no blueprint here to go by, so I was just blueprinting myself and just really deeply invested in and excited by what other people are doing. Like to me, it wasn't like, I wanna like beat you. It was like, I wanna know this. I wanna see how I can make my own unique lane. And I wanna see what you're saying is not working for you and do something different. The trainings that I led, like sometimes families would cry. I get, heartfelt, messages and emails later. People always felt like my trainings were very like practical too, but there's no way that myself could like totally bear the weight of like equipping parents and empowering children. It's like that would be crazy. But there's so many adoptees who create so much great content that like if I can find a vehicle that gets that content into more parents' hands in different mediums of doing it, like practical guides versus like long form content or Instagram content, it's like, why would I not just do that? Because that means that more children grow up in homes that like see them, value them, and understand them.
Looking for answers to questions nobody knows.
Vulnerability is what led me to like, one, loving this work and seeing the impact of this work. But it also helped me in so many ways, see myself, heal myself, and grow.
I think what I've learned is that everyone can be hurt at the same time without there being a good guy and a bad guy. And everyone can acknowledge each other's pain without hating yourself for that pain.
What will always, I think, make identity unique is that it's led by this lived experience, this vulnerability. It's led by stories. And not just mine, by so many other adoptees who have contributed to our success, by so many adoptive parents who have sat on Zoom calls with me, talking about their challenges.
We definitely don't feel like, oh my goodness, we totally blew it and ruined Isaac's life. But as flawed individuals, we stumbled through it and we did the best we could, and we are excited and happy about the 25-year-old man who is our son today.
Being an adoptee myself, realizing that my parents tried their hardest, but there just wasn't really the resources or tools that they needed to help empower me. I wake up and I see a random adoptive mom on Facebook vent, and I'm like, I feel like we can change that experience. That was the place to start. Like, the place to start was adoption education, because it's like, we can do something phenomenal here. And if we just keep going, like we might run out of money tomorrow, but if we just find some more money 6 months later and then go again. It's like we could just keep going until it starts to really pick up steam.
It's not like this magical romantic end of story where it's like, and now Isaac has arrived and he's a dad and everything's perfect. I think he'll always be a searcher, and he's ambitious. And so I think he'll always be trying to make the bigger thing and the better thing. So it's not that I feel like Isaac's reached the end of his story. I think it's more of a beginning.
It's like identity was born out of just like the desire to do more. And I think that there's so much more that we will do. I think we're really just at like the very, very beginning. There is a way for us to maybe create a new generation of adoptees and adoptive parents, where we can maybe look in 20, 30 years, and instead of it being so like black and white, we find people having maybe more deeper connections with their adoptive parents while still recognizing the impact of adoption. What I believe will make a generation of adoptees that are healthy, empowered, are able to see themselves comfortably in the world is by actually having parents who make space for their journey as an adoptee. I think the evolution of identity has been going from here's our vision to really saying, no, this is real life. This is people's journey. This is also my journey.
I think you've changed before the better. Where will we go toward the unknown?
It gets exciting to me because I know that like what we do here, the impact that we have on parents, it's like ultimately the thing that's gonna change the experience that children have. And those children, they're me, they're the people who come and lead our trainings, they're the people who write our practical guides. It's like those children who were affecting their life, those are also us. It gets to fill a whole lot of interesting creative outlets, but then also gives me a whole lot of hope. It's important for me to show that this has been not just like good, bad, good. It's been a roller coaster of things. It's been growing through, people not understanding why I cared about race, to coming back together with my family, to becoming a father, to starting to speak, and then to starting identity. Those have all been like new challenges, new growths, new ups and downs. And I think that I owe it to people to show you like what this has actually been. But I also think like in a real way, it's also for me to show that, this is how it goes. This is how I discovered my identity and how I keep discovering my identity. And I don't think by any means by the end of this project it'll all be discovered. But I do think that what I want for me and what I want for us at Identity is to bring as much authenticity as we can, and that will always start with me.